Alright, everyone. So that happened. And, you know, time travels, timelines are a messy concept to narratively interact with. So I would not indulge Valve to do that and the writers of Half-Life to do that, but they did it. And now my brain hurts. And I try to the best of my recollection to wrap my head around it, and now I'm gonna try to explain what the fuck happened by the end of Half-Life Alyx, and what it means for the future of Half-Life, and what it means for the past of Half-Life. Well, first of all, I love this game. I was so impressed with what they had accomplished. They literally created entire environments with as much detail as a real environment. That's crazy. When I look around and see what they've done, it's unbelievable that they would do. It's completely financially irresponsible to spend so much money on those minor details, and yet again they did it. Valve did it. But at first, when we got to that ending, I was pissed off. I was really pissed off. I was so angry. And I was really mad that I would be angry at a game that was so well done. I first got angry because it completely broke the most emotionally devastating and important moment in the Half-Life franchise. And they just used that and changed it. And I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? You took the most important narrative moment in the Half-Life franchise, so much so that you ended in it without seeing a way to get back. The actress Merle Dandridge, which wasn't brought back for Half-Life Alyx, the most devastating moment of her performance, and rewriting it and taking it back, not only from her, because she's not back as the voice of Alyx, but also taking it from the canon, so to say, taking from the timeline. It made me so mad. Okay, so what the fuck happened? We are in the future, we are in the past, we are changing the future without it really happening yet. But if we change it, then why do we need to do anything since it's not gonna happen? That's very confusing. But what I think I can piece together is the G-Man, having these godlike powers, went back in time, and that's the fishy part. He allowed himself to get in prison, I guess, since he would be too powerful to be imprisoned, to see if she could perform this task. Turns out she could, so he took her, and as he wasn't happy with how stuff was working out with Gordon, or not working out with Gordon, believing she would be a much more productive subject for his agenda, for the agenda of his employers. I guess we can all make theories of who the G-Man is, and the theory I most sympathize with is one that's around the internet, is around the YouTube. I'll leave the link in the description of the video, but that basically the theory says that those advisors are also creatures that are enslaved by the Combine, like many others, and the original creatures, they have those amazing powers, but they are too few to fight against the Combine, so they use the G-Man to try to sway the universe against the Combine in the hope that they will free themselves. So the G-Man is an advisor, an advisor species that is free, trying to change the fate of the universe. That does make sense along the narrative and why the G-Man do the things that he does. The moment that woman showed up, that's interesting, right? Because she said this guy survived Black Mesa unharmed and then disappeared. That woman, I believe, is Dr. Mossman. It would make sense. I don't know if she was already working under Breen, but it would make sense for Breen to want to imprison the G-Man, being that he was responsible for the accident in Black Mesa, and he provided Breen with a different crystal for the experiment, and the crystal caused the resonance cascade. So it would make sense for Breen to want to imprison the G-Man. I don't know. It really sounded like it was Gordon, though, right? I don't know. Anyways, in the end, it was the G-Man. And what was interesting is that this doesn't make any sense, because if this happened, then what? Then how come Alyx never learned the G-Man, and how come Alyx exists if she was taken away from him by the end of the game? Anyway, well, first thing, it wasn't a real choice by the end of Half-Life Alyx, just like by the end of all Half-Lives. In the first one, Gordon had no real choice. He was like, you can follow me or I will leave you to die. And in the second Half-Life, he even says, rather than give you the illusion of free choice, I will take the liberty of choosing for you. That's basically what he does. And here with Alyx, he gives her the illusion of choice. Alyx would never not save her father. And that brings us to the after credit scene. So yeah, Half-Life 3 is confirmed per se. I mean, I don't know if they'll do it, but they at least showed us what would happen in it. We are Gordon, we are with Eli, we want Alyx back. That's so weird, because I always thought the Combine was such a more interesting villain, but they are going after the G-Man himself in a possible Half-Life 3, which is interesting. Now, is it the original story? No. That's kind of fishy to discuss, because it's only official if it's happening in the original game. But is it the original story? No, the original story saw a Half-Life 3 with Alyx and Gordon searching for the Borealis, eventually finding Mossman. Alyx would kill Mossman, and the emotional journey of Alyx would be a central point. And eventually, according to Mark Laidlaw, she would be taken by the G-Man. So what will happen in Half-Life 3 with this new timeline, this new plan? Well, I think the Borealis is gonna make... Oh my god. God damn it. I think I just found another possible loop. Eli might be convinced to use it against the G-Man. And what I might cooked up right now is that the Borealis might become that vault that the Combine used to imprison the G-Man, which would be another loop. But again, Mark Laidlaw wrote that Borealis is in a state in which he is constantly moving through different dimensions. He's kind of an unstable teleporting device. He might be moving in time too, as we saw in Half-Life 2. So the Borealis might be a device that they used to get Alyx, and then it turned into a vault with the help of the Combine, I don't know. And then they imprison the G-Man, and then he's set free by Alyx. What the fuck? I'm so sorry. So I think that's it. I hope I helped a little, although I think I may have left you a bit more confused. I'm so sorry. Yeah, basically the G-Man saw the events of Half-Life 2 happening. As he said, he plucked Alyx. He saw something in her, but he didn't know what. And then after the events of Half-Life 2, Episode 2, he saw she had potential. He made her an offer she literally couldn't refuse, right? To save her father in the future. So he saved her. And now she is hired. Just like in the original plan, but not really.